What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FTI podcast, episode 5 of our 2024 season. And with us today, we have hosts Chris, Dan, and special guest Joe with Dirt Media.
Yo.
What's up?
Dan is here. It might not look like it, but he is here. In voice
I'm here. I'm better for audio anyway. Everybody always hears me because I'm loud, so it'll be it won't be missing much.
So yes, all three FTI guys are here. It has been a decent week for me, except for this morning. Dan, I don't know if you're trying to pass around the sickness you've been having the last while, but
I'm not trying to, but I'm sure I am.
I haven't seen you since
September
summer, but somehow I got it. This morning I just felt like crap, just stuffy and runny nose. I'm like, cool, perfectly fine yesterday. And then today,
Yeah, the new COVID 24 can actually transmit through Facebook Messenger and stuff now. So.
Don't tell that, all the boomers are gonna get scared.
When coronavirus comes to a computer virus.
Chris, how have you been?
I've been all right. Just working, hanging out, watching the Clash on Sunday. Saturday. It wasn't even on Sunday.
I didn't watch it.
Unprecedented.
I had to find a stream of it online because, I'm a millennial. I don't have cable. But
Chris, where are
Who ended up winning that?
Felix is right there.
Oh, he's just being good.
He's in the shadows. He got up on my lap and then said, no, and left.
Joe, is your dog like a German Shepherd mix?
I have no idea. I think it's German Shepherd and Malinois, but I have no idea. We got it for free.
If you weren't aware, folks, that we're not just a motorsport podcast, we're also a dog podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That was a great start today, guys.
Oh, yeah. Good intro.
We are ready to go, ready to hammer this down. So, Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, Jesus. I did not prepare for this at all. I'm just like these guys. I'm a motorsport photographer. I do a little bit more video stuff than photo because they do too good with the photos. So have to beat them somehow. So I go with the videos. I work in this season on a lot of different stuff. Going to focus more on documentary style stuff for tracks, promotional stuff, not necessarily TikToks like I have been, but focus more on the long
form
videos. Yeah, long form.
No, it's
still going to get rejected for all the media passes.
Huge fan of the TikToks, by the way.
Thank you.
We know this, but you are kind of our dirt guru that we met this summer.
I am. I've done it my whole life.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got to meet your dad, too, and I'm guessing, we know, but tell how long have you been into dirt racing,
Since I was 2 weeks old. I grew up in Phoenix, and I was 2 weeks old, and I was at the World of Outlaws race at Manzanita Speedway at 2 years old, or 2 weeks old. And ever since then, it's been dirt track everything. I grew up a little bit with my cousin. He raced against drivers like Alex Bowman, Justin Peck, and quarter midgets. Unfortunately, I didn't get that opportunity, but raced micros a little bit and been sprint car ever since.
Yeah, because we met you at your home track of Sharon this summer, of us just being the youngest guys in the infield by probably the three of us combined,
Yeah,
would
and then,
meet.
and then Joe's, younger than us. He's probably the youngest media guy there.
Probably.
Are you able to drink now, Joe?
Oh yeah, we're good on that. I'm almost 22.
Okay, good.
We're not cops or anything. We're just asking.
Oh no, yeah, no.
When you go to Sharon and ask for a regular monster and they give you an unleashed and you're not paying attention and then you walk away and walk up to Kyle and go, "Oh crap."
Wait, did you still drink that?
Oh, I chugged it.
Oh, that's what I thought. That makes
Yeah, I was like, "Oh crap," and just chugged it before we got to the pits and we were good. It was only one. We had Burger King or something beforehand. We were good.
There are so many at the racetrack that I want a drink so bad, but I'm working.
Right about the 305s at Wayne County. That's what I need to drink.
I don't know if we've ever been to a 305 race at Wayne.
Well, I think Daniel can attest. They last forever.
Yes, we did do the 305 race at Wayne.
Yeah.
It did take forever, but it did have some badass racing there.
Yeah, it did for the first two cars, and everyone else in the back kept spinning the fuck
out. Yeah. So, what are your plans for this coming season? There, I know you said the long form. You trying to get out to anywhere new? Anything like
really
that?
all depends on where I get media passes for. If I don't get any media passes, goodbye to Dirt Baggot and work so hard for nothing. But
yeah, because those pit passes get expensive fast.
I spent way too much money last year and didn't realize it till after the season. But
so what's the point of paying for a media pass? What do you get back out of it? Like, is it just supposed to be
it's supposed to be free entry and then you advertise for them? So like if I posted a video from Wayne County, I tag Wayne County, I promote it, and then they get free advertising through that.
But if you have to pay for the media pass,
if you don't have a media pass, you just buy a pit pass like anyone else would.
And then do what I do and say, "Oh yeah, Pork Chop gave me a media pass, but he didn't put it down on the paperwork," and they just give you one.
That works too.
That does work.
And watch them never get a media pass at Wayne again.
I am like their biggest supporter. I don't.
With this, the only ones that you would probably have to pay for would have to be like for one of the national racing series like IndyCar, NASCAR, IMSA. You pay for your hard card. I think there's a fee that's attached with when you get your hard card for the season. But any place else, if they're having you pay for a media pass, then it's probably a weird deal that they got.
I think Atomic tried to get me to pay for one. I got that email the other day, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Atomic's a haul from us.
Yeah, but they have so many outlaw shows, late model and sprint cars. And high limit and everything. I have everything over there, so it's one of those kind of have to get it if you want.
Aren't they the ones with midgets too?
They're the only
extreme.
Yeah, so always cool to at least go to once or twice. That's a pretty sweet track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're just a month out of potential Attica start, so
don't get me started. I got this calendar right next to me, this big calendar, and I have everything written down.
Yeah, I went through last week and
you got scheduled to go to.
Oh my god, probably more than you, Daniel.
It's very possible.
I don't know. I have probably over 300 races in here. I have every World of Outlaws race, every high limit race, so I could catch up on TV. And then pretty much every Attica race, every Lernerville race, Atomic, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway,
Mercer stuff.
Oh, Mercer, yeah. They didn't release their schedule yet, though. Let's see. I don't know if they released.
I don't know if they released their schedule, but I thought they said they're having a lot more 410 shows there.
Yeah, I got their fast shows written down, but we'll see how this goes this year.
You want to make it out to Lernerville for the high limit show?
You guys have to.
I was watching on TV and I was like, "This is only an hour away. Why am I not there?"
I thought you guys were going to come out at least once this year.
Kyle, we've got 50 on my schedule so far.
Yeah, you have a lot of overlapping ones on there, Chris.
Well, yeah. A lot of it's this or that.
I don't know how we're gonna get from Indianapolis to Wayne County or
Wayne County is
like.
Oh no, I was
Indianapolis or something, and then you wanted to, or we're at Mid Ohio, and one race is in Fremont and the other one is in Sharon, and it's like that
one's at Fremont and Attica that weekend. They're both an hour away from Mid Ohio.
Yeah, because I put all of yours into my count.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of driving, but once you do it, it won't be that bad.
Hey, I'm building a van.
I got a hybrid that gets 40 miles to the gallon, boys.
I'm building.
It could only fit 2 of us in the camera bags, but that's about it.
I'm building out a van.
We actually drive with me instead of taking 2 vehicles.
That was so stupid.
I'll probably be there. I'll probably be at one of them. You can at least charge your stuff in the trailer. But besides that, I don't think I'll be much help.
Yeah, like you had Indy 500 weekend. I guess if we don't get credentials, we can go to Atomic and watch midgets. So
yeah,
hey,
see,
join me.
A lot of those are this or that's. I just last year when I did our schedule, I put or in between them. This year I was just too lazy to go through and do all of that. And then when someone
oh damn.
Yeah, when someone releases a schedule, I'll just put it on my list so I can look at it weekly and go, that's what I'm going to do this weekend.
That's what I did last year. I just literally just like, who's racing this weekend? Oh, Fast is at Wayne County. Going to Wayne County.
Friday of IndyCar weekend at Mid Ohio. You have an Attica on here.
Attica's more exciting.
You will be going by yourself. We'll be drinking. Or there's the whole the Eldora. What is it? The Royal? Is that the one?
The Royal Week.
What did you say? What is it? It's the King's Royal.
I call it the Royal Week.
But that's when
you guys got to go. I'll be there.
I've done it. I went.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one. If we don't get NASCAR credentials, we're just gonna go hang. At least I am gonna go hang out with Dan.
Yeah, because I definitely.
Dan, I might be sleeping in your trailer if I can find it.
We'll be there. I don't know if we're racing or not, but we'll have campers or trailers or something around there.
Well, I'll be there.
We can come out Thursday for a little bit. We have to go sleep.
I mean, you got to at least be there at least once. It's pretty wild.
I'm excited. I'm gonna try and do all the other races at Eldora, like the modified and the stock car races. I'm gonna try and get all those media passes. We'll see how
Eldora's a tough one.
It is. I just made a website too.
I'll keep my comments to myself because I
yes, please. But yeah, enough with the summer. We'll get to talking about other topics. But Outlaws starting, dirt season starting. Who's ready? Even though I don't have dirt vision.
Oh my lord!
I let it run out.
What?
Last week, and I don't get paid till next week. I don't
have my Race Pass Plus to be able to see the timing and scoring.
I thought about that on the way home, and I should get that.
Well, they did practice last night.
Yeah, did you see?
Modified raced, but
I think it was Shots car. They had a data collection on it.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah, that. a lot of them kind of do that stuff at the beginning of the years and stuff. I believe you can only do that during.
You can only do it during practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, our former guest and buddy Sean shared that. Yeah, Ray Hall shared that this morning, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting." That it's not just off of, you're not just going off of the driver's butt. At least for that,
and you can only do so much too. Once the dirt starts changing, but
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it had to do with the Wicker Bill deal.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're testing that out, and
they're only allowed to run 1-inch Wickers all week. So
I thought it was all year.
No, I think they're testing it this week. I don't know if they've announced it yet. I think it's 1 inch, or I don't know if it's 1 inch only or 1 inch or nothing, but you can't go bigger than 1 inch. So see kind of how that goes into play tonight once they kind of start getting into some air and stuff. I think it should be starting soon, probably. So
yeah. Well, and the TSR team needs a lot of help. They have not been good the past couple of years, and hopefully they get something good out of this.
Yeah, I did not prepare this week with my normal notes, guys.
I just wish that they would use race monitor like everyone else.
Oh, that's right.
But they don't.
No, they have to be difficult.
They must have a really good deal with my race pass. It is a really good product. I've used it as a track worker, and it's probably the best software to use as a
my race pass.
Yeah, it's amazing to use as a.
I know. Every time I need to use any of those things, they never fucking work. Like race monitor, my race pass. It's like every time I need to use one of them, or I'm trying to, it doesn't ever work for me. Like I always say, my race pass is the worst one. But I don't have to use it that often though, too. So
I relied on it a lot this year.
What does Wayne use? Does Wayne use
race monitor?
Or
race monitor is just way basic. No, there's nothing like my race pass kind of has like the driver stuff, and it's kind of cool. But race monitor is just so basic. You can just lap times and finishes and whatever, and that's what we always try to use at the racetrack and stuff to kind of see, what everyone else is doing. But
it's definitely the easier one to use as like somebody in that position too, because it's just you just plug it into your timing system and it just goes. You don't really have to touch it at all throughout the night, which is nice, except for my race pass is not that easy. But it's whatever.
I had to use it a lot when I was going back and editing photos. I had to go back to the race and be like, who was at this? Who was driving the number 24? Oh, this guy. Okay. Tag him in the pick photo. That's what I used it for.
Yeah, it'd be nice for that because the media guys probably don't get a bunch of the like driver registration stuff or any of that.
Oh, we get none of it.
Yeah, you guys have to do some more pit walks and stuff this year.
It's on the cards. I'm gonna do some walking interviews too, like before races. Stop at a trailer, do an interview.
Yeah, Chris and I are actually gonna, take victory lane photos and videos.
You guys did. I took 0.
We started towards the end of the season. A lot of it is, and I mean, Joe, you'll get this, is you start to just want to focus on the things on the track, and then towards the end of the night when they're doing victory lane stuff, you've already been on your feet since 3:00.
Oh yeah.
And all you want to do is kind of sit and relax for a second. The whole race, you're on edge, making sure you're keeping an eye on all the traffic. And then by the time that victory lane pops up, you're like, oh, I just want to sit for a second.
Well, that and you have so many people. Like when we take victory lane photos, there's probably 20, 30 photographers taking the same picture. It's like, what's the point?
At the big events, yeah, there's
literally no point. You got all the old geezers that don't. Oh, and then like for me, I don't use a flash. So when I take a victory lane photo and I get all the flashes, it just ruins the photo.
Guys, I almost messed up and my mic arm almost reloaded my page.
That's okay. I somehow turned off one of my monitors. And I don't know how.
Hey,
guys,
DJI wireless mics, man.
If you can't tell, we are struggling hard today.
There it is. No, I have to buy a new flash. So
don't buy one at all.
No, they're actually needed in some situations, not for on-track photography. I would never use a flash for on-track photography. But if you're shooting people, it's great to have a little bit of a fill, so that way it's a more dynamic photo, especially when it's at night or you're at Indianapolis and they're finishing the race and the sun's already going down and there's no lights at Indianapolis.
There's no lights?
No, there's no lights.
No lights.
It's weird.
Keep it interesting. Turn the lights down.
But I put batteries in this, and I was just, pushing the test button to see, hey, is it still working? And I was like, oh, what's that smell? And then I looked, and it's smoking. Like, oh, I guess it's time to get a new one.
So you said you don't use flash at all at the tracks?
No, I don't. I refuse. A lot of the old guys do for whatever reason. I don't understand.
I don't at all when I'm shooting the cars. I can't stand it. I hate the look.
The flash is really, it's just an artistic and skill based thing. So without a flash,
I mean, I've noticed flash sometimes.
That's a question.
I've never. There's no way while racing I would notice it.
Okay, because we weren't sure, like when at the High Limits show, one of the real big timers, he had like five big flashes set up on arms, up on tripods, about 15 feet in the air, and we weren't sure if that was like blinding you guys as you went around because they would go off in sequence.
It was definitely cool, but how much thousands of dollars it was to make shitty photos.
Yeah, it's really just an artistic. I think more of it as like an artistic expression. Like, if you don't have the flash and that extra light, you got to slow your picture down, which takes a little more skill to get.
It definitely does.
And some people, a lot of those guys come from the film days where you only had so many shots, so you needed to get the ones that counted. So they've got the flash. They
can't take 20,000 pictures a night and then find 200 good ones.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, that's we've talked. Kyle and I've talked about it. I average. Go ahead, Kyle.
I think it would look a lot cooler if you were doing like karting or something where you could actually see the driver more. Like, and then you could, like, having that fill would look nice in a pan to kind of accentuate the driver, maybe, or make them pop a little bit. Or if you had a background that wasn't just brown, like dirt. If you were like shooting in a city or like something like that, or a different kind of sport. But I don't think it looks that great for motorsport. I've seen it done in asphalt and dirt, and I don't care for it.
You said go-karts are cool when you got, like, you can kind of see, because you can almost see it's a lot easier to see their eyes and stuff too, like through the helmet and stuff, so you can get a way better pictures, use flash on stuff like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't understand. It feels like it would be so distracting though. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it's going
so many other things that
I mean, it's going so fast. You don't really notice. You hardly notice. Like I said, by the time you're going and turning and pulling tear-offs and stuff and flashes, by the time they're so quick, it's not like if they were like direct in your eyes, I can see it being a thing. But like I said, either they don't use it or I just don't notice flash.
Oh,
you definitely don't notice it then.
Yeah, they're using it.
My life's flashing before my eyes all the freaking time, apparently, when I'm doing this. So like I'm just like it's flashing the whole time.
Well, if you're on the top of Wayne County, you're more than likely eventually going to go over the wall.
I think it doesn't matter where you're at. I think just at one point you better be ready to get ready for that ride, no matter where you're running at.
Yeah, I think it's so weird though that you see those rally crosses at night, and these guys are going 100 some miles an hour around tight bends, They can't see. They just have the headlights. And then you have all these photographers with flashes going off. And it's like, but you can't use flash photography at gymnastics meets because it's too dangerous. And I'm like, but we can use them in motorsport, and that's perfectly fine. When these people are going 100 miles an hour around sharp turns on a road that's only one car wide.
Yeah, a lot of it's just artistic expression and just a skill level thing. I think a lot of older guys don't get out of that. And if you're really good with the flash, you can get good pictures.
Oh yeah.
But that's another skill thing of someone that's done it a long time, of they know how to compose it with the flash. The guy that was at Wayne for High Limit, I mean, his were beautiful with the flash. But it's, he's got $2,000 in flashes and stands he's bringing to the events, and a wagon to pull it into the infield.
Wagon's a good ass idea.
Well, I'm gonna need to buy one this year to bring all my stuff in.
I'm doing it right now. I'm at 2 camera bags, and I need to figure out how to condense it.
We're gonna need a.
I'm at 2 bags.
I feel like cameras are light, but I feel like after about 40 minutes, the camera's at about 10 pounds every time you're carrying it.
We set it down most of the time, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you're going in and out of the pits, like I want to do, and then changing. If you want to change the lens, it takes like 10 minutes to open your bag, pull it out, put the other one back. It's just a nightmare.
Walking around Detroit or IMS with a whole bunch of camera gear gets really heavy. And especially when it's hot out and you're carrying stuff, it's bad.
I gotta figure out how to transport this year.
Hey.
That looks like one of them things you buy multiple and leave it at each location.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun this year. We're just gonna, any event Joe's at, we're all just gonna have a wagon and just drag it in. We'll be when Wayne's pits overflow and they have the couple trucks on the infield. We'll be those guys with just the camera bags in a truck.
I am amazed on you look at Wayne County like from a top down view. You're like, is there so much room for parking? Full every time.
Yeah, hopefully for some of those big weekends there, like the 2-day event, that I can they'll let me bring the golf cart down.
They probably would. Especially
but I don't know all the land around the backstretch and stuff. I don't think they own. Like, I know that's all farmer stuff on the backside. Like, I always thought it'd be cool to have like backstretch stands there.
Ooh, that'd be good.
So, because on the backstretch, it's a good spot. But I don't know where truly the track owners' land all ends and what they can and can't use. But yeah, definitely seems there's always a lot of parking there, it looks like. But once you get the big shows in and all the cars in there and bigger haulers, it fills up pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do for that Outlaw show. That's going to be nuts.
Yeah, they'll just have to have some organized parking for the pits, I think. If they get everyone kind of pointed in the same way, same angle, I think it'll be a little better and can fit everyone in there. I don't know about the general admission and parking and all that, but the pits at least.
I'm going to get there probably 8 o'clock in the morning and camp out.
I wonder if they're going to have a support series for that one.
I hope not.
Because it seems like every World of Outlaw race, they have a support series. I wonder if they'll have one for Wayne County with the limited number of pit spaces there.
I hope they don't.
I don't know. I think it depends on how the shows kind of go. You know what I mean? Everybody, and I think they're kind of expecting a lot of cars at Wayne County too, probably. And I think it depends on how many guys will show up. If you got 40-some cars that show up, you don't really need the support class, because you kind of got stuff taking up the whole night. The support class is usually just to kind of buy the guys time, so it's not just sitting idle. But I think there'll be plenty of cars there. I don't see them needing to do it.
No, I think it'll be like the High Limit show, 60 cars, honestly.
So, speaking of being idle in sprint cars, did you see the news that High Limit is going to do a fan appreciation, like 20 minutes to half an hour, where they open the pits up for everybody?
It's not going to work.
Sounds like a nightmare, and it's going to take an hour longer than it should.
It's going to clear.
What'd you say, Kyle?
I said that does, as somebody who's worked at a racetrack trying to do stuff like that, it sucks.
I love the idea.
I do.
I do. I hope it works out as great as they have their plan to do it. But anytime there's kids' night or stuff like that, if you don't plan for it, and kind of accommodate for it, it gets out of control fast.
Oh yeah. Well, and you got to walk. I mean, like place like Wayne County
track,
there's not a lot of pits, so clearing that out won't be too bad. But like some of these bigger tracks, like Eldora, take like an hour to clear the whole pits.
Yeah, how do you fully enforce that too? Like, you're gonna check hundreds of wristbands, thousands of wristbands to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it works out for him.
It's be cool. The worst thing about all the big stuff is when, like, I remember last year trying to get into the High Limit show. Like, I mean, we were there when the gates open, and I mean, we couldn't even get inside to get the car ready and stuff because there were so many, people waiting in line and stuff. So I'm sure them guys have gotten something figured out for their normal drivers that come every week. But as long as I'm sure they got a plan. Like I said, they haven't really proved to us yet that it's a bad deal. So I'm gonna keep riding with it and hoping it's gonna be good till then.
We'll know next week.
Ooh.
Yeah, they start next week.
Okay.
And
Golden Isles or East Bay?
Oh crap, if I remember.
Wait, hold on. It's East Bay.
Yeah, you're Monday, the one with Tuesday. The big calendar right there.
Check the calendar. And then it's next week, Thursday, Saturday at Golden Isles. And then after that, starts April after that.
Oh, so they're doing two, a Monday, Tuesday at East Bay, and then Thursday, Saturday at Golden.
The next week.
Yeah, and then they take an IndyCar break.
Yeah,
and wait until.
I mean, it's just like All Stars. They did that same thing.
Yeah,
hopefully the weather holds out, and 5 weeks we could be out racing. Dan, your car ready?
Yeah, I had it pretty much ready before we put it away for winter, so that car is good to go. We're trying to get some other stuff together for another one possibly, but yeah, we're eagerly waiting. Wish we were in Florida, but that's kind of a piston in the wind for us, so we're kind of looking to March here.
Yeah, I mean, Attica's got 3 shows in March, so right around the corner. Might need to buy some like fingerless gloves or something. And then I might, Dan, you might like this, start my season a little early and go to Summit Indoor next weekend.
Where's that at?
Summit County Fairgrounds. It's motocross.
Ooh, I'm trying to do the in New Jersey, Trenton, they're doing an indoor micro race Friday, Saturday. I'm trying to do that, and then the icebreaker the next day, Sunday, at Lincoln. I'm trying to do that at the end of the month.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Enough of the dirt stuff. Let's bring Joe out of his comfort zone for a second, and I mean, we could talk about the Clash. I know you guys didn't watch it. I'm sure you've heard about it, but yeah, definitely take it out of LA next year. It was fun the first 2 years. This year with the weather and just the having to condense the schedule, it was a mess. I think Kevin Harvick in the booth with his first official race in the booth. I know he did some of the drivers' booths and stuff like that. Kevin Harvick did a great job.
He's done quite a bit of Xfinity races in the past.
Yeah, they do all
done a great job.
Yeah, his technical know-how, being like the first driver freshly out of a car into the booth,
especially the next gen car. No one else has driven that.
Yeah, he's the only one that's actually driven it and it's out there. But all I can say from the night is I'm glad Denny's already announced that he's going to retire that corny catchphrase of "I beat your favorite driver," because I don't think I could have cringed any harder when he said it after the race, because like the reporter kind of like led him to it, and it was just like, oh, don't say that.
See, I didn't catch that. I mean, I heard him say it, but I didn't understand that was his catchphrase.
He had said it last year when he won a race, and I think it was his last race he won, and now the Victory Lane reporter was, she kind of like coaxed him into saying it this week. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad race. It was a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving.
Short track.
What you expect for stock cars on a quarter-mile bull ring. Good old I can't even think of the name. I got distracted by Kyle getting up. Bowman Gray.
Oh my god, that shit show.
But you had Joey Logano and Ty Gibbs getting into it after the race. That was, I mean, funny because Ty Gibbs races like a young Joey.
Yeah, Joey was a freaking weapon when he was younger too. So
yeah.
It took after Tony Stewart, because Tony Stewart would move you out of the way no matter who you were. When he got in that 20 car, it was the same thing.
But should we, Kyle, do you want to talk about the biggest news of motorsports and what?
The biggest news. The biggest news. Well, some of the news we have 100 Days to Indy is coming back.
Is it going to be done by the CW again?
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
Oof. Oh, I have that.
Showtime, I guess. So it's probably going to suck again. Way to be positive, Kyle. Other news, today Talladega changed their logo from the iconic
really
to let's put this up here.
Yeah, let's see that. I haven't seen that yet.
It's so bad.
It's very corporate. So this is what it was. Super great, nice, beautiful.
I feel like I'm gonna get pissed off.
This is what it is.
I mean, it's not too bad, but it's not great.
Forget to clip the track. What the hell's going on here?
It's all the sleek, minimalist design of everything. Your McDonald's went from bright yellow and red to weird gray, and
it's very gross.
Wendy's took out the sunrooms, and
apparently this was one before.
Ooh, that's actually nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I like the old school one.
It is what it is. They changed that to But I mean, I guess it fits with how some other ones are looking nowadays. We had a couple car launches. Okay, this one doesn't look as bad. This one actually looks halfway decent.
Oh, okay.
Better on white than it did on black. Not much better, but a little bit better.
But I feel like they could have spent more time edging that out a little bit better.
That's good enough for an asphalt track, I guess.
More time edging you out.
I have been to Talladega once, though.
I've driven near it, but never to it.
I have.
I went one time back in the day.
Arrow McLaren has released a few of their liveries for this year, which I love because Arrow McLaren doesn't change their liveries like every other team. Well, I don't think Hugo Hollinger changed their livery at all. It was the green and black. Apparently, that's what the Kick
Papaya.
F1. Yeah, I guess that's what the Kick Sauber steak team decided to copy off of this year. But this one is Malucas's. No, this is Rossi's.
Rossi.
Yeah, this one I like this one.
Because my first thought when I saw this one is it really distinguishes it from the other two McLarens, and your youngest is going to be able to distinguish it through the crowd.
I like the white. It looks good.
It's definitely McLaren.
Also, we're just and then this one came out today. I'm not as big of a fan of this one.
I like it.
I don't know. I don't like this blue with McLaren.
I think if the black was white, it would look a little bit better, but
yeah, here's a side profile of it. I just like the look of the Indy cars. They look good.
Sprint cars are better.
But yeah, other news. Did you see that the Stake F1 team, they won't be able to use the Stake name in Switzerland because online gambling is.
I think there's a couple countries that they're not allowed to. And that's why they partnered with Kick as well, so that way they can just change the name, kind of like how in some countries McLaren F1 will take the "A Better Tomorrow" off because that's obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's British American Tobacco, who has been a long time with them. Kind of like how Mission Winnow is Marlboro for Ferrari. But a lot of countries won't let you advertise cigarettes or tobacco products.
Well, that's why they have to do it like that way. Sort of smaller companies.
That way. Which is weird because it's like, okay, nobody knows what the hell Mission Winnow is, like the general public, and nobody knows what A Better Tomorrow is. But they still, I guess, want to spend money and put some kind of name on there. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
But while we're on paint schemes, F1, please just paint your cars all the naked carbon this year. You know, every car being black with different accent colors, basically. All of the ones that have been revealed lately, like you said, the Kick Sauber, whatever. There's just black with green, you know, naked carbon with the green. You've got McLaren. There's this naked carbon with the orange.
Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine is blue and carbon.
I'm just ready for Lewis to retire.
Wow, that was the news we've been kind of beating around the bush with.
To Ferrari?
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari.
I mean, I guess he couldn't go to Red Bull, but still.
It will be for the 2025 season. So that begs the question, who is going to replace him at Mercedes?
I have no idea. I don't watch F1 that much.
Given up on getting an 8th title by moving to Ferrari. So, well, I mean, it's a better chance than he's had at Mercedes in the last. Yeah, guess what? The Alpine is also black.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you know why they did that? Why they've been doing that? So last year at the beginning of the season, they were having problems with porpoising on the straights. because of the downforce, was just sucking the car down, but some of them would kind of go up and down because of the turbulence. And so to help that, they started stripping weight. And apparently the paint and vinyl is a lot of weight. And so they just go to straight carbon because there's no paint, there's no weight to it. So literally somehow that little bit of paint in those spaces helps that much.
I don't see how, but
that's why aerodynamicists get paid a lot more than we'll ever know in our lifetime.
But then there's also been a story going around, and it's been kind of turbulent and confusing about Red Bull's team manager, team principal, Christian Horner, who apparently had allegations launched against him, but they weren't saying about what at first, and people were speculating that it was about #MeToo type things. But it has come out in the AP, which is more reputable than any of the other people on Twitter spouting off about it.
Pictures reputable people on Twitter.
Yeah. So they have came out to say it's about his aggressive management style. So, and it wasn't launched by the racing team. It was actually launched by Red Bull, the drinks company, who owns the racing team. I mean, I would think that having an aggressive manager is good if it's giving you two drivers championships in a row and a team championship, and keeping that Red Bull out front and in the news.
I mean, if it gets them to win,
everywhere, I would think that would be a good thing to have out there. You know, who cares if your boss is a little bit of a dick? He's doing a good job. You know, I could see if it was like sexual harassment. Yeah, that's fine. Get him out of there. You know, that's not acceptable. I don't care if you're mostly working in Europe. It's still not acceptable. But, you know, if it's just he's being an aggressive manager, who cares? Like,
if
what are your guys' thoughts?
It gets you the win.
Yeah, I think F1.
I don't have a whole lot of thoughts for all the F1 stuff. It's all, I don't know. It's all tough to kind of make an opinion, but I'm just looking forward to a good season with them. Go Papaya, go Lando. Need a win here.
So also
it's out of dirt. I don't watch it.
Late IndyCar driver Dan Weldon, his children, I think it's just one of them, it might be two of them, are now enrolled with Andretti Autosport or Andretti Global, whatever they're calling it these days, in USF Juniors. So that's good that Dan Weldon's son is getting involved in racing and hopefully follows in his father's footsteps.
Leah Block doing the Williams program. That's cool too.
There's quite a few
old news, but
people breaking into it. I think Drive to Survive is coming back again soon. Fun.
I have a tweet that I screenshotted today. It's just a recap of the recent events. Hamilton moves to Ferrari. Andretti bid is rejected. Steiner was canned. Horner may have to resign. Sauber can't be called stake. Singapore GP might not be a thing. Barcelona GP might not be a thing. The Chicago GP might be a thing. The Madrid GP is a thing. Suzuka is a thing until 2029.
Ooh, Suzuka, that's nice.
The schedule might be extended to 30 races. 3 power units per season limitation is increased to 4. Sprint weekend format changed. Leclerc's Spotify was hacked. Norris extends with McLaren. Nick DeVries has to pay back his €250,000 racing loan. Australia is back as the season opener in 2025. Leclerc extends with Ferrari. The Wolves accused and cleared by of passing confidential insider info.
Whew, Chris has a whole bunch of F1 going on over there.
Oh, it was one tweet shared by Jamie Price today. So,
Dale Earnhardt Jr. apparently his deal with NBC ended at the end of 2023, so he is currently without a media home.
He'll find one.
I think
Earnhardt.
I think NBC has to re-sign Redneck Jesus.
Maybe he'll sign on with Prime TV.
Oh.
Is it Prime? Is Prime the one that's getting it?
Yeah, Prime's getting like 4 races or something.
I can't keep up with their schedule this year. I don't know how much NASCAR I'm going to watch, but it's not going to be much.
Speaking of TV deals and networks, 3 major networks are joining up to create their own app. And that is ESPN, Fox, and WBD. So I'm thinking that's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Which is weird because nobody's talking about how Disney owns ESPN.
They were trying to sell it at one point. I don't know if they were successful. Yeah.
Did they sell it to Fox?
I don't think so.
Or was it Sports Network that they owned?
No, they own ESPN.
Okay. But so in the motorsport world, it will be this new app will hold Formula One, NASCAR, and the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
24 Hours of Le Mans.
So it's a decent chunk of the motorsport world. So I'm assuming it will be Fox's NASCAR races, and then Formula One is already exclusively broadcast on ESPN, and then I'm not sure. I'm guessing that 24 Hours of Le Mans is a Fox property.
Was it broadcasted?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it was, but where?
It was on Motor Trend for the previous years. Le Mans.
Oh yeah, because WEC was all on Motor Trend for some reason.
I don't even know where you get that at.
It's its own app.
Okay. Yeah, it's a stupid.
Can you tell it's past 7:00?
Someone's hungry.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson was doing some testing in IndyCar at Phoenix this week.
Track. They're putting a lot of money into his bid into the 500.
Pretty good.
We'll see. I mean, hopefully he does good on both races, but we'll have to see what happens.
I hope he wins both. That would be amazing.
Possible. So I know we talked about the Clash earlier, but if they moved it, where would you want it to go?
They were talking about Mexico
Daytona.
City or Guadalajara.
Oh no, I think it's
door bumper clear. I can't remember if it was Freddie or not Brett, the other host, TJ Majors. They had said what they should do with the Clash, and I like this idea, is follow the Super Bowl every year. So, this year the Super Bowl's in Vegas because the Clash is always the week before the Super Bowl. And so do it at a short track, build the purpose-built short track in that, city, or like this week, do it at the Vegas Bull. This year, do it at the Vegas Bull Ring. They got a quarter mile inside of Vegas Motor Speedway.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew about the road course, but
Fox has the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah. So
that's even better.
Do that, build it in a college stadium in a town, and just follow the Super Bowl every year, because the first year that they did the Clash in LA, the Super Bowl was in town that year, and that's when they had the best attendance and everything, and it was a big event, would be to just follow the Super Bowl every year. Or I do like Dale Jr.'s idea of just
back to Daytona. I like that idea.
25 lap Daytona, eliminate pit stops and just make it, a dash to the finish, basically.
Or Charlotte's a good idea. I know it's right there, but do something different with Charlotte. Do like a half road course, half oval race or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
That's called a roval, isn't it?
No, but like they do the first half of the race, like the oval, and then they do a pit stop, and then they go from that pit stop to do the road course.
I think the track maintenance crew would
kill themselves.
Like, we got to move how many walls in how many minutes? But I mean, the Super Bowl next year is going to be at New Orleans. So I mean, they could do a college stadium in New Orleans.
LSU.
Yeah.
What do they call that stadium? It's like Death Valley or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's time to move it out of LA, get it somewhere.
Bowman Gray. Take it
get
to
it somewhere a little more exciting, mix it up a bit. It's a exhibition race, so it doesn't count for anything. Have fun with it. Get the fans excited about NASCAR being back. You got, you had all that momentum off of the Netflix show, and the race was a little bit of a snooze fest. Kyle, you and I talked about a bunch. Fox being back, you missed all the action because they were zoomed in on one driver the whole race.
Are the cartoons gone?
No, the cartoons are back.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so Fox being Fox, it's a mess. But yeah,
be able to watch the races this year because I'm going to use my parents' YouTube TV account.
There you go.
And then I will be able to watch. The only ones I probably won't be able to watch are the TNT ones.
Yeah.
I think the ratings are going to plummet come that time of the season.
I think it's going to plummet like quite a bit, because if you got to keep doing different services, because I don't know, I don't think a lot of people have the cable boxes anymore where you get TNT and all those channels. So I wonder how it's all going to work in the first place.
We just need to get the Speed channel back.
Oh my God, yes, and put that World of Outlaws back on Speed.
Yeah, so they're really starting to bug the shit out of me. Joe, you got anything today? You want to plug your social medias?
If you look down here, it's my name. It's name on everything. Pretty good interest. Follow. Have a lot of plans this year. I'm gonna do a lot of driver stuff, working tracks, a little bit more promotional side, so longer form content you'll probably see on YouTube. Don't go there now because there's nothing there. But
pre-subscribe.
Pre-subscribe. I got a website. I made it in like an hour, so it doesn't look great, but it's there. But I just follow me on TikTok. That's my big social media. Instagram, you get all my photos, but I try to keep it up. But this off season has been brutal with just nothing. So I don't know how it's been for you guys, but like reusing the same photos and videos over and over and over again, it's getting tedious.
I haven't posted anything since the end of the season.
Like, I posted one video today.
Chris has been posting like crazy with his funny TikToks and reels.
Yeah, I just do my stupid meme ones all the time.
They're fun. They get a nice chuckle.
Yeah, and the ones like 40,000 plays on TikTok, but I was just not getting the follows on there.
It happens. It's really a game because you'll try really hard, and you're like, yes, this is a really good video, and it comes out and it does like 200 likes.
Yeah.
You're like, seriously.
It's still that Donnie Shots one that I did that
That's
blew up.
Dumbest.
It was so dumb. He liked it.
Mine was that Cars one from Sharon. When they did a couple pace laps and the cars, like for some reason that has like 2 million views on TikTok and like 450,000 likes. I'm like, why? It's so dumb. It's so bad.
But yeah, that's all I got this week. These guys are getting really hungry, so
All right.
I'm gonna have to run here. But Kyle, you got anything else?
That's all I have. Just stop by next week and have a chat with us. Head on over to all of our socials at Ohio Motorsports, at From the Infield, on pretty much everything. Probably not much posted, but subscribe to all of our stuff too. Because once racing season hits, it will be content galore. We're just bad in the winter.
It's tough, especially up here in Ohio.
It's that seasonal depression mixed with no racing. It really, really hits hard.
Yeah, Dan, we'll have to have you, or Dan, Joe, we'll have to have you on middle of the season, get a nice little season update for you. But yeah, Dan's phone died. He wanted to say goodbye, and he'll see everybody next week. So yeah, anything else, guys?
No, that's all. We'll see everybody next week.
See ya.
Thanks, Joe, for coming on. See everybody next week.